G'day guys, welcome to Teach Together Try. Our learning intention today is to use rounding to estimate answers with decimals. Okay, and here's how that might look, guys. We might have a sum like 3.89 plus 1.02, and we're going to be asked. And what I want us to do today, before we just work out the sum, is estimate what the answer might be. So that means we're actually going to round it off to the nearest whole number, add it up in our heads. We're going to then add or subtract it just in our head, and then we're going to check against the real answer. So for example, just looking at this very briefly, I can see very briefly that 3.89, that's about 4, isn't it? 4 plus 1.02, that's about 1, right? 4 plus 1 equals 5. So my answer, my real answer better be somewhere close to 5. And you know what? My real answer is actually 4.92. So that's pretty close. So I estimated just by rounding off. Then I just added or subtracted in my head, and I worked out that, yeah, the estimation's 5, the real answer's 4.92, I reckon that's correct. It makes sense. They sort of match, don't they? Okay, so here we go. Let's say you've got a sum like this. Let's say you've got a sum like 12.04 take away 6.98. Now, I'm not teaching you how to round. I think there's another video that already teaches you that. But I am teaching you how we'll use it to estimate. So if I've got this sum, 12.04 minus 6.98, I can actually just look at that 12.04 and just pretend that's 12. Really, it's close enough. Take away 6.98, well, that could be about 7, really. It rounded off 7. So I know my actual answer's got to be close enough to 5, right? And the actual answer is, okay, and the actual answer is 5.06. So you know what? I'm quite confident in that answer. And that's all I'm asking you today, to do today. I'm asking you to estimate the answer using rounding off, and I'm asking you then check it against the original answer to see whether they match enough to think, yes, this is probably correct. Hey, let's do one together, shall we? Here's one. Why don't we say 22.89 plus 3.11. 22.89 plus 3.11. Can you please round these off to the nearest whole number for me? Write that down in your book somewhere. Okay? I hope you've done that. I hope you rounded them off, and I hope that you sort of went, 22.89 is about 23. And I hope you went 3.11 is about 3. Can you add that up for me now? I would say you probably got 26. Okay, so there's your estimate. Your estimate's 26. Can you please do this sum properly for me now? See how you went. See if your estimate matches your correctly worked out answer. Okay, I hope you worked it out, and actually, amazing, I didn't mean to do this, but I've done it. The actual answer was 26, proper, 26. So wow, do they match? Yeah, they're actually the same. Now, they don't always match exactly the same. Sometimes there are a few decimal points off, or even a whole bunch, but they're close enough for it to make sense. Let's give you one to do all by yourself. Okay, guys, here you are all by yourself. 7.32 plus 21.6. I want you to estimate an answer and then work it out and see whether they match closely enough. Okay, have a go. Okay, guys, how are you? I hope you had a go. I hope you went, 7.32 to the nearest whole number is really about 7, isn't it? 21.76 to the nearest whole number is really about 22, isn't it? So I hope you worked out your estimates about 29. And then when you worked it out, I hope your answer was actually 29.08. And of course, they're a bit of a match, aren't they? So you should be happy with that. Okay, this has been Teach Together Try. We've been looking at decimals and using rounding to estimate to check the veracity or the correctness of our answers. I hope this has been helpful. See you later.